The Allied forces are loading out supplies and munitions.
Let's go.
The Allied forces are loading out supplies and munitions. Управление Северного морского флота wants to interrupt this evolution and force the ships to get underway before the process is complete. You are directed to immediately enter the harbor, attack the fleet at anchor, and force them to rapidly exit the harbor through the minefield. Sink as many ships as possible. Exercise extreme caution as you exit the harbor. Allied forces aware of your presence will alert surface ships and submarines outside the harbor. Also, the minefield may limit your egress options.
Definitely need to watch out for the depth settings. Run those torpedoes aground. That Aquila can equip the outer tubes with, okay. Well, I guess I stick with clones. Here, attack mode is 2000 knots, exactly. So, no, I mean, that is perhaps... My question is... I mean, missile attack, we could keep that option. Yeah, exactly. That is only the travel speed is 500, but once they go in attack mode, they go 2000. So it is basically Mach V.
Акустик, сигнал на пеленге. 0, 2, 1. Присвоен Сиера. 1.
Держаться на глубине 0, 2, 4.
Выполняем маневр.
Держаться на
сигнал
глубине
пеленге.
0, 2, 3.
2.
Выполняем
Присвоен
маневр.
Сиера. 2. Акустик, сигнал на пеленге. 0, 3,
Держать
3.
скорость,
Присвоен
4
Сиера.
узла.
3. Акустик, сигнал на пеленге.
Поднять
0, 2,
электромагнитный
5. Присвоен
пеленгатор.
Сиера. 4.
Поднять радиоантенну. Опустить телескопическую радиоантенну.
Держаться на глубине 0, 2, 1.
Выполняем маневр.
Держаться на глубине 0, 2, 0.
Выполняем маневр.
Держать скорость 5 узлов.
Электромагнитный
Поднять
сигнал.
радиоантенну.
Пелинг 0, 3, 3. Электромагнитный сигнал. Пелинг 0, 2, 8. Электромагнитный сигнал. Пелинг 0,
Акустик,
2,
сигнал на
4.
пеленге. 0,
Электромагнитный
2, 3.
сигнал.
Присвоен
Пелинг
Сиера.
0,
5.
2, 2. Электромагнитный сигнал. Пелинг 3, 2, 3. Электромагнитный сигнал. Пелинг 0, 2, 6. Электромагнитный сигнал. Пелинг 0, 3, 1. Электромагнитный сигнал. Пелинг 0, 3, 5. Электромагнитный сигнал. Пелинг 0, 3, 0.
Man, I want to try out the Shizzless. Ja.
Опустить телескопическую радиоантенну. Опустить мачту пеленгатора.
That might be also Sam's. That was not a good idea. And wait with the Shizzlers when they're out of the harbor and rather fire a torpedo spread. Okay, minimum depth is what? Come on, ride them shallow.
Акустик, сигнал на пеленге. 0, 2, 3. Присвоен Сиера. 6.
What was that? Is that mine? Okay. Never seen that. Is that the weather or what is it?
Держать скорость 4 узла. Держать скорость 5 узлов.
Seems like there will be 2 ships guarding. Which is accepted, it's okay. I don't want to get too close. If I pick them up on a sonar switch, it's not that easy in those conditions. There is a separate setting in the INI where you can lower the active ping noise. I can also set it a bit lower.
Акустик, сигнал на
For
пеленге. 0,
for the
3,
time being.
2. Присвоен Сиера. 7.
But for whatever reason, that setting is not in the options, unfortunately. Oh, that's okay.
Акустик, сигнал на пеленге. 0, 2, 8. Присвоен Сиера. 8.
Sacramento. Oh, we got a bow pass. Yeah. Okay. Let's turn the submarine a bit and then we can get the hole on them as well. For more precision, and from that distance you can use the hole and the bow to triangulate. Because I don't want to get that much closer. I mean, that is already vague. I mean, that is here 7 nautical miles. That is my killing suicide range. Yeah, no. We will attack very soon. Okay, escape. Yeah. I think in the harbor it doesn't make sense to set wake homing. Problem is whether to guide those torpedoes that they don't track a couple of ships. We need to fire a couple of torpedoes, set them on active and guide the other torpedoes into the harbor and see and hope that it works out. We'll fire all 8. Damn it. I think we have enough data. Send those torpedoes. I mean, what is the gain here? Nothing. Send them all. Depth settings, very shallow, speed max, air floor. Oh man, okay, let's do that. Floor 20. Good. Let's get ready. Battle stations. In case I screw up royally again. Save. What was that? How attack?
Торпедный аппарат номер 1, пуск. Торпедный аппарат номер 2, пуск. Торпедный аппарат номер 3, пуск.
Акустик.
Торпедный аппарат номер 4, пуск.
Акустик.
Торпедный
Торпеда
аппарат
пошла
номер 5,
нормально.
пуск.
Акустик. Торпеда пошла нормально.
Торпедный аппарат номер 6, пуск.
Акустик. Торпеда пошла
Торпедный
нормально.
аппарат номер 7, пуск.
Акустик. Торпеда пошла нормально.
Торпедный аппарат номер 8, пуск.
Акустик. Торпеда пошла нормально.
Держать скорость.
Акустик.
4
Торпеда
узла.
пошла нормально.
Акустик, сигнал на пеленге. 0, 2, 1. Присвоен Сиера. 9.
Акустик. Торпеда пошла нормально.
Акустик, сигнал на
Командир,
пеленге.
стали
0,
на курс.
2, 6.
1, 0,
Присвоен
5.
Сиера. 1, 0.
Акустик. Торпеда пошла нормально.
Акустик,
Держать
сигнал
скорость
на пеленге.
15
0,
узлов.
4,
Выпустить
0.
силовой
Присвоен
буй!
Сиера. 1, 1.
Акустик. Гравитация.
Oh, no. Damn it. Crash. Huh? Crash. Yeah, it's especially, I think, as often happens during those mass attacks. I mean, we are in the last, it was the same. In shallow waters. Also try to apply the 4 GB patch, but no. It is what it is. Often happens during those mass launches. At least we saved. There's certain situations where the game is extremely stable, and I think this. Firing a big volley or whatever, a lot of service ships which then need to react and everything. That is, one of those moments. Yeah, that's really a classic moment, is when you attack something. Something unaware, perhaps. No, I think it's fine, okay. So basically fire. So always save before you pull off a stunt like this.
Торпедный аппарат номер 1, пуск. Торпедный аппарат номер 2, пуск. Торпедный аппарат номер 3, пуск. Торпедный аппарат номер 4, пуск.
Нормально. Акустик. Торпеда пошла нормально. Акустик.
Торпедный аппарат
Торпеда
номер
пошла
5, пуск.
нормально.
Торпедный аппарат номер 6, пуск. Торпедный аппарат номер 7, пуск.
Торпеда пошла нормально.
Торпедный аппарат номер 8, пуск.
Акустик. Торпеда пошла нормально.
Акустик, сигнал на пеленге. 0, 2, 1. Присвоен Сиера.
Выпустить
9.
силовой буй!
Торпеда пошла нормально. Акустик. Торпеда пошла нормально. Акустик. Торпеда пошла нормально. Акустик. Торпеда
Держать
пошла
скорость.
нормально.
15 узлов.
Акустик, сигнал на пеленге. 0,
Держаться
3,
на
5.
глубине.
Присвоен
0,
Сиера.
4,
1,
0.
0.
Выполняем
Акустик.
маневр.
Гравитация.
Basically, it's, yeah, same as a Kilo mission. That Plymouth Harbor, at least here for me, is unfortunately not going to happen. We play the next mission. Too bad. I mean, sometimes you can force through that by saving, loading, saving, loading. You can basically brute force yourself through whatever is causing that crash, but I mean, that's come on. But too bad, I would like to see... Well, you know what? Then at least try those Shizzlers out. I don't want to go home without firing at least those Shizzlers and see how they fare. Those, yeah, super hypersonics. So I'm really curious if those missiles will break through the defenses. Will be the next mission a land strike? Okay. But usually you have also some opposition there. Too bad, I mean, it looks like a cool mission. So you need to play it in Subcommand. Man, Subcommand also has a lot of content which I could revisit. There's also not a DVX, but I think I have the folder. It's also a similar, not a crazy mod like this, but I think made by the same people. Even for 688 there's one. Realism mod and content. Yeah, we perhaps will revisit that. It's really beautiful games, absolutely unique. There's nothing out there that is getting close anywhere. That after 25 years, yeah. Well, almost. Nuts. Just if the engine, man, if they, I don't know, could release... If Sonalis at least, if they won't do it themselves, if they would at least give the engine the code to... Yeah, like like Battlefront did to some... Let's quickly reload.
Держать скорость 4 узла.
To some dudes, man, that, I don't know, can add in some stability, 64-bit support, widescreen support would be massive, because I personally, I mean, don't care that much in a submarine sim for the stretch. It's not like playing something with humans or whatever, where you have some stretched humans. I mean, sure, the subs are not... but widescreen would be absolutely brutal. I think I even offered some programmers to widescreen hack this game, offered them money, but so nobody turned up. Same as I did for Combat Mission, nobody turned up. But Combat Mission, I mean, we at least got now those Steam versions with widescreen support. Good, Sizzler, I call it Shizzler. Schittler attack, Radolf Shizzler. This has a problem, but we could fire 2 volleys. Yeah, we need to wait for the weapons to be loaded. But we can already plan Tube 1 to Tube 4. But yeah, attacking surface groups, I think is the most unstable stuff here in the mod, in the mod especially. With some big volleys. Perhaps also shallow waters, I'm not sure. Might also cause problems. A lot of stuff happening at the same time. ship miss. I need to define waypoints, right? Should... okay, I guess that is waypoint select. Yeah. Okay, straightforward. Yeah. Let's see how 4 missiles will work out. Will that be enough to break the screen here? Because if you fire all at the same time, that's perhaps not that good. Let's see, because at least to me it appears they don't have really much ASW in there. Otherwise I would be dead, yeah, firing off and staying there. Well, let's do some experimentation. Too deep? No. Too fast? Not deep enough?
Держать скорость 3 узла.
Ah shit, is that, I don't know, is that the shutdown range? Could be. Damn, I think it worked
Командир,
like...
стали на курс. 1, 0, 5.
I think it worked like that. Pooh, I don't know anymore. And that defines the waypoint that activates. Ah, but let's test it out. So, multi-pronged. Because that is not a waypoint number, that is the tube number. And I think the number defines on what waypoint the seeker activates. In reinforce alert, if I remember correctly. Where it goes into a hypersonic or supersonic attack mode.
Держаться на глубине 0, 2, 0.
Выполняем маневр.
Держаться на глубине 0, 2, 3.
Выполняем маневр.
Поднять радиоантенну. Опустить телескопическую радиоантенну.
Falling to 100 meters.
Запуск из внешнего торпедного аппарата номер 1.
Есть, командир.
Запуск из внешнего торпедного аппарата номер 2.
Есть, командир.
Запуск из внешнего торпедного
Акустик,
аппарата номер
взрыв,
3.
пелинг.
Есть, командир.
Запуск из
Акустик,
внешнего
взрыв,
торпедного аппарата
пелинг.
номер 4.
Есть,
Акустик,
командир.
взрыв, пелинг. Акустик, взрыв, пелинг.
Okay, that didn't work out. Now I guess we need to be deeper, so that looks like a propulsion problem. I think we are too shallow, man.
Держаться на глубине 0, 4, 5.
Выполняем маневр.
Акустик,
Ja.
сигнал на пелинге. 0, 3, 0. Присвоен Сиера, 9.
Seems like the weapon description needs to update, but yeah, that makes sense, of course, that you need to launch from a certain depth that, I mean, the propulsion, the subsurface propulsion can properly develop in order to propulse the mission, the missile up, so it can then go into airborne. Yeah, now it works. Okay. Okay, let's see if that works out. Oh, yeah, they're going already in attack mode. Very fast, yeah. Wow, okay. Some missiles already got intercepted.
Акустик, громкий взрыв, пелинг, мастер, 3. Акустик, громкий
Not bad,
взрыв, пелинг,
not bad.
мастер, 5. Акустик, громкий взрыв, пелинг, Сиера, 8. Акустик, громкий взрыв, пелинг, Сиера, 8.
Yeah, 2 missiles got intercepted because they were still on waypoints, slow. But yeah, I guess that is how it works.
Акустик, сигнал на пелинге. 0, 2, 1. Присвоен Сиера, 1, 0.
But once they are supersonic,
Акустик, сигнал на пелинге. 0, 2, 1. Присвоен Сиера, 1, 1.
sub-rocks, or are they speeding up?
Акустик, сигнал на пелинге. 0, 2, 5. Присвоен Сиера, 1, 2.
Reloaded. Go. What was it? No. Yeah, immediately activate. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's a... I don't see the first waypoint.
Акустик, торпеда в воде. Пелинг, 3, 5, 1. Акустик, торпеда в воде. Пелинг, 3, 5, 2. Акустик, торпеда в воде. Пелинг, 3, 5, 3. Акустик, торпеда в воде. Пелинг, 3,
Sub-rocks.
5, 3. Акустик, торпеда в воде. Пелинг, 3,
Торпедный аппарат
2,
номер 5,
0.
торпедный аппарат номер 6, пуск. Торпедный аппарат номер 7, пуск. Торпедный аппарат номер 8, пуск.
Crazy how fast I get intercepted.
Акустик, громкий взрыв. Пелинг, Сиера, 8. Акустик, громкий взрыв. Пелинг, Сиера, 8.
Uh-oh. Yeah, nobody would...
Акустик, торпеда в воде. Пелинг 0, 2, 0. Акустик, торпеда в воде. Пелинг 0, 2, 0.
Time to get out, I would say. I just testing out here
Акустик,
to make die.
торпеда в воде. Пелинг 0, 2, 0.
Didn't clear the datum.
Торпедный аппарат номер 1, пуск. Торпедный аппарат номер 2, пуск. Торпедный аппарат номер 3, пуск. Торпедный аппарат номер...
Командир! В нас попали! В нас попали!
Я не контролирую всплытие! Мы погружаемся! На помощь! На помощь! Наливает!
Yeah, I mean, when those missiles, when they're already getting intercepted when they go up, would be cool to see what happens if you fire entire volley, but it's also a bit of work. Yeah, exactly, what was this? The damage? Damage was not really that impressive, it seems. Maybe one ship looked like it got hit by 3. There's a Nimitz here even. Okay. Crazy. I think it's target even in Nimitz. Look at that, how fast they attack. Yeah, very good weapon logic here. Yeah. Man, they made it to the Nimitz. There's a carrier group. Yes, our bells and whistles. Man, I want to test out
The Allied
all Shizzlers on me. Yeah, I mean, you can reprogram the logic. I'm not sure for this weapon, perhaps it is already programmed for the weapon itself. But they prioritize certain targets, like carriers. Can make out those big targets and prioritize them. While in the original game, it's like in most games, 99. I don't know any other game that is. In most games, it is okay. There is something in my seeker, I attack it. And while in reality, those weapons have also program features like, or integrated features like tracking the biggest target, yeah, carrier types of targets, of course. Shizzler, maximum Shizzler, please.
Акустик, сигнал на пеленге. 0, 2, 1. Присвоен Сиера.
Держаться на глубине 0, 4, 4.
Выполняем маневр.
Акустик, сигнал на пеленге. 0, 2, 2. Присвоен Сиера. 2. Акустик, сигнал на пеленге. 0, 3, 0. Присвоен Сиера. 3. Акустик, сигнал на пеленге. 0, 3, 2. Присвоен Сиера. 4. Акустик, сигнал на пеленге. 0, 3, 3. Присвоен Сиера. 5. Акустик, сигнал на пеленге. 0, 3, 2. Присвоен Сиера. 6. Акустик, сигнал на пеленге. 0, 2, 5. Присвоен Сиера. 7. Акустик, сигнал на пеленге. 0, 2, 7. Присвоен Сиера. 8.
All. Come on, give me all. Dorish Kapitan. How many cruise missiles, anti-ship missiles should we fire? Yes. Fire them all by 2. But, Kapitan, I said, remove the safeties.
Акустик,
Remove the
сигнал на
safeties.
пеленге. 0, 2, 2. Присвоен Сиера. 9.
But, Dorish Kapitan, it is not allowed. I said do it. Remove the safeties. That's crazy, I mean... that we hit the Nimitz 3 times. That is, or you, yeah, those.
Акустик,
Oh
громкий.
shit! Somebody crashed.
Акустик, громкий взрыв. Пелинг, Сьерра 8.
я-
Акустик, громкий
О,
взрыв.
курва, вот-
Пелинг, Сьерра 8.
That is-
Акустик, громкий взрыв. Пелинг, Сьерра 8.
Okay, now's the best
Акустик,
moment, fire.
громкий взрыв. Пелинг, Сьерра 8. Акустик, громкий взрыв. Пелинг, Сьерра 8. Акустик, громкий
Торпедный
взрыв.
аппарат номер 3, пуск.
Сьерра
Торпедный
8.
аппарат номер 1,
Акустик,
пуск.
громкий
Торпедный
взрыв.
аппарат номер
Пелинг,
2, пуск.
Сьерра
Торпедный аппарат
8.
номер 4,
Акустик,
пуск. Торпедный
громкий
аппарат
взрыв.
номер 5,
Пелинг,
пуск. Торпедный
Сьерра
аппарат номер
8.
6, пуск.
Акустик,
Торпедный аппарат
громкий
номер
взрыв.
7, пуск.
Пелинг,
Торпедный аппарат
Сьерра
номер 8,
8.
пуск.
Акустик, громкий взрыв. Пелинг, Сьерра 8. 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 Акустик, громкий взрыв. Пелинг,
окей.
Сьерра 8. Акустик, громкий взрыв. Пелинг, Сьерра 8. Акустик, громкий взрыв. Пелинг, Сьерра 8. Акустик, сигнал на пелинге 0, 2, 1. Присвоен Сьерра 1, 0. Акустик, громкий взрыв. Пелинг, Сьерра 3. Акустик, громкий взрыв. Пелинг, Сьерра 3. Мастер 1. Акустик, громкий взрыв. Пелинг, Сьерра 3. Акустик, громкий взрыв. Пелинг,
Ja,
мастер
Tony,
1.
comrade,
Акустик,
shut the
громкий
fuck up.
взрыв. Пелинг, Сьерра 1. Акустик, громкий взрыв. Пелинг, Сьерра 8. Акустик, взрыв.
Yeah, they collided. Yeah, 40% damage. I mean, it's not a super weapon. Yeah, I think it's quite something believable. I fired what? 8, 12, right? No, more. 14 Shizzlers. Which was interesting. I mean, in the first attack, we fired only 4, and I think 2 misses, or 1 at least made it through to the Nimitz. But there's, I think, also a mode where it targets simply all ships, and because here in that case you want perhaps indeed to reprogram it, and perhaps to attack first the pickets, and not go for the carrier. But still, 40% damage on a carrier, that is... probably deck operations are off. Yeah, the shipwreck, I think that is the one which you can extensively program here. Aircraft carriers, whatever. Seems like all those Schisser M's, they were all heading for the Nimitz. No matter where I put the but point 1 should be on the target, and then yeah. First point on the target mark, okay. Perhaps that was a mistake. Okay. And you put it on the target. Perhaps the Schissers didn't found anything on point 1 and then said, okay, what is the next logic step? Okay, attack the biggest target I can track. Perhaps it was that, because I usually put the point 1 very close, because I was thinking that is where then it goes into turbo mode, but it is rather range dependent for this 8 miles. I might try out another time to learn a bit more about that, but right now I will quickly unlock the next mission and we check that out.